before we go further.
I don't think Mr. Ginn is gonna be here today. I think he's sick. So we will go ahead and call this session of Jackson County Board of Education into order. And as our routine, we are gonna take a moment of silent reflection and prayer and be mindful of things going on in our county with our employees, please. So if you'll bow with me. Thank you. The first thing we do every meeting is approve our agenda, and I would like to make add something to our agenda after the announcements, which is item 3, I believe, on your agendas that you have. We need to add, between the announcements and being adjourned, we need to add an executive session to discuss an employee issue. So that we can call it 3A if that's what you want to do. We need to add that. I think that's the only thing that's going to be different from the agenda. So now we have we'd like to consider a motion to approve the agenda with the added executive session.
I move to approve the agenda with the added executive session.
Mr. West makes a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Yes, second. Say all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. And it is, the agenda is approved. Under general business, we have consider a motion for any corrections, additions, or deletions to the December the 18th and the February the 14th board meeting minutes. I'll make that motion to approve those. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Story seconds that. We will vote Mr. West.
Yes.
Mr. Story.
Yes.
Dr. Yes.
Yes.
And myself is a yes to that. Those minutes are now approved. Consider a motion to approve the bank reconciliations for December 2017 and January 2018. For the months of December 2017 and January 18, total payroll expenditures were $7,428,980.57. Total of non-payroll expenditures, $1,635,231.13.
I move to approve the bank reconciliation statement, check register.
Mr. West has the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, Dr. Guest seconds that. Any discussion, questions? We will vote. Mr. West?
Wait a minute,
Okay.
can you explain to us how this, these expenditures stuff, is that something new that you're gonna start doing every time?
Yes, it was recommended, we're going with that new policy manual. Try to get a little bit more specific with what you're approving each month as far as like dollar amounts, that's all here. So we're actually, even though on those reports I would give you, it would say that, and you would approve it, but, I just feel like it's better for y'all to actually say, for the amounts to be read in the record, and then y'all actually approve it out. I think that's just better practice.
Are we still gonna get the check register?
Yes, and it was sent to you through email.
Yeah, I know, it had been in the past, that's right.
Yes, it is, and it's always been put on even on the months y'all didn't get it, it was always put on the website. So it's all there for you to look at. If I ever miss putting that in there, be sure to let me know.
Just don't ever throw 2 commas in this thing. Don't mess me up on reading these numbers like that. I'm gonna blame it on you, because you're gonna start sticking those dollar figures in there. So, Mr. West, do you have any other questions?
No, that's,
Okay. Then we will vote on that. Mr. West?
yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Guest?
Yes.
And myself is a yes. So those reconciliations and statements have been approved. Item C, consider a motion to approve the updated maintenance transportation salary schedule. This actually is going to have to lay on the table until our next board meeting. So we got an update on that.
Do we need a motion on
I don't think we could do a motion at all.
that? All right, can you explain the difference in this a little bit about this maintenance? I know we talked about this before.
Explain the difference in what?
In the salary schedule, what it is now, and what it was in the past.
It's higher at this point. This will
It's
lower it, this will lower it to what the state reimburses us for.
Now, say that one more time.
He said that our current salary schedule is higher than the one we've got. The state gives us X amount of dollars, and we're willing to adjust our salary schedule down to what the state gives us.
That's it for the new.
Yes, it's just the one position.
Yes, it's the one position that, shop assistant, what is it called?
Yes,
The shop.
transportation shop assistant.
Yeah.
The rest of the salary is the same.
Yes, sir.
It's just the one position. So this is just approved, or just, considering the salary schedule for that position. So that will lay until our next board meeting, and then we will consider action on that at that time. Item D, consider a motion to approve the following overnight trips. And if it's okay with everybody, we can approve those.
So what's the data for?
Yeah. Woodville Beta Club, White Rock Junior High Beta Club, North Sand Mountain Beta Club, North Sand FCCLA State Leadership Conference, and North Sand Beta Convention. So those are the five that we have. Do we have a motion to approve those trips?
I make a motion to approve the
All right, Mr. Storm makes that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. West seconds. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote then. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Yes?
Yes.
Mr. Gant? And myself is yes, and those trips are approved. Under personnel actions, we have, A, consider a motion to approve, FMLA for Betty McQuarrie, effective January the 19th through the February the 18th.
I move to approve
Okay.
having medical leave for Betty McClure.
Mr. West makes that motion. Mr. Gant seconds. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, then we'll move to vote. Then Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Yes?
Yes.
Mr. Gant? And myself is a yes, and that motion is approved. Consider a motion to approve FMLA for Elizabeth Tyler Williams from April the 6th through May 25th. I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mr. West seconds. Any discussion? Move to vote. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Yes?
Yes.
Mr. Gant? And myself is a yes. That motion carries. Consider a motion to approve a leave of absence for Megan Willis, effective January the 8th through April the 24th.
I make that motion.
Mr. West makes the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Story seconds. Is there any discussion? We'll move to a vote. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Yes?
Yes.
Mr. Gant? And myself is a yes, and that motion carries. Under retirements, consider a motion to accept the retirement of Betty McQuarrie, CMP worker at Rosalie, effective March 1st, 2018.
I move that.
Mr. That's right, Mr. Gant makes the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. West seconds that. Is there any discussion? Move to vote. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Yes?
Yes.
Mr. Gant? And myself is yes, and that retirement has been approved. Consider a motion to accept the retirement of Robbie Galloway, teacher at Epcot, effective March the 1st, 2018.
I move to accept the retirement of Mr. Galloway.
Second.
Motion and second, is there any discussion? Mr. Galloway's been an asset to Epcot, and those students who want to take classes and still need to finish math, he's helped a lot of kids be able to attend by offering services there.
Are we gonna fill that position back?
Not the same way that it has been. We're gonna do something a little different. We're still looking at that though.
What do you mean? Not gonna-
Well, those are paid for at-risk funds, which are countywide funds, and I'm looking at using those funds for something different than that. But I haven't got one thing nailed down. I'm looking at 2 or 3 options there.
So you're saying you might not teach math in that position?
Might not teach math at that position, as tech supervisor.
But that's not gonna affect his being able to retire.
No, it's not gonna take you time.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and vote on approving his retirement, and then you can address that with us at the work session if you need to. So we have a motion and a second, so we'll move to vote for Mr. Galloway, Mr. West,
Yes.
Mr. Story.
Yes.
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 Mr. Gant. Myself is yes, and that motion carries. Under resignations, may I consider a motion to accept the resignation of J.D. Rogers as a countywide special services aide effective March the 9th.
I make that move.
West makes the motion, is there a second?
Second.
Story seconds that. Any discussion? Then we'll vote, Mr. West.
Yes.
Mr. Story.
Yes.
Dr. Guest.
Yes.
Mr. Gant. And myself is a yes, and that motion carries. Consider a motion to accept the resignation of Scott Talley as a teacher at North Sand Mountain High School effective February 21st. I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mr. West seconds. Is there any discussion? We'll move to vote. Mr. West.
Yes.
Mr. Story.
Yes.
Dr. Guest.
Yes.
Mr. Gant. Myself is a yes, and that motion carries. Under transfers, consider a motion to transfer Jody Posey from a countywide ELA to a countywide instructional aide effective January the 4th, 2018.
I make that motion.
Mr. Story makes the motion.
Second.
Yes, seconds that. Is there any discussion? Move to vote, Mr. West.
Yes.
Mr. Story.
Yes.
Dr. Guest.
Yes.
Mr. Gant.
Yes.
Myself is a yes, and that motion carries. B, consider a motion to transfer Victoria Ball from 50% countywide instructional aide to a countywide instructional aide effective January 11th, 2018.
I make that move.
Mr. West makes the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Yes, seconds. Is there any discussion? We'll move to vote. Mr. West.
Yes.
Mr. Story.
Yes.
Dr. Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Gant. Myself is a yes, that motion carries. Consider a motion to transfer Dana Keller from a family and consumer science teacher to a 5th and 6th grade math teacher at North Sand Mountain effective February 22nd, 2018.
I make that move.
Gant makes the motion.
Second.
Mr. Story seconds that. Is there any discussion?
Is that her choice to do that?
She did want to do that, that's what.
If there's no further questions, we'll move and vote. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Guest?
Yes.
Mr. Gant?
Yes.
Myself is a yes, and that motion carries. Consider a motion to transfer Catherine Lee King from 50% special education services teacher to 50% special ed service aide at Pink Rock Valley High School, a temporary special education services teacher at Woodville High School effective February 22nd.
I make that move.
Okay, Mr. West makes a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
I guess seconds that. Is there any discussions or questions?
Again, is this her choice to do this?
This is her choice, she applied, yes.
This is a temporary position, right?
This is a temporary position, yes.
Yeah, so actually she is, I mean, she looks like she's better than herself salary wise by making that move, so probably a good move. Any further questions? Then we'll move to vote. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Yes?
Yes.
Mr. Gant?
Yes.
Myself is yes, and that motion carries. Under employment, we have considered a motion to employ Taylor Cooper as a countywide aide effective February 22nd. I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Yes, second. So is there any questions, comments? Move to vote. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Yes?
Yes.
Mr. Gant?
Yes.
Myself is yes, and that motion carries. B, consider a motion to employ Julie Dahlberry as a pre-K teacher at Hollywood, effective February 22nd.
I move to employ Ms. Dalbury as pre-K teacher.
Mr. West makes a motion. Is there a second? Mr. Gant seconds that. Is there any questions or discussion? Hearing none, we'll move to vote. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Guest?
Yes.
Mr. Gant? And myself is a yes, motion carries. Consider a motion to employ Denise Dixon as a temporary C&P worker at Rosalie effective March the 1st. West makes a motion, is there a second? Gann seconds that. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll move to vote. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Guess? Mr. Gann? Myself is a yes, and that motion carries. Coaching assignments. I have several others, we're gonna take these individually, there may be questions. Under A, consider a motion to accept the resignation of Joey Evans as an assistant baseball coach at Payne Rock Valley effective February the 6th.
I move to accept the Joey's resignation as coach. Thank you,
Okay, Mr. West makes a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Gant seconds, is there any discussion? Move to vote. Mr. West?
yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Guess?
Yes.
Mr. Gant?
Yes.
Myself is a yes, motion carries. B, consider a motion to accept the resignation of Scott Talley as a head baseball coach at North Sand Mountain effective February the 9th.
I make that motion.
Mr. Story makes a motion.
Question.
And in just a second.
I'm so late on
Well, let's get a.
I'll second.
All right. Mr. West, now Mr. Story, go ahead. Why is it so late? He's actually resigning.
This one's resigning and taking another position in another field.
it. Okay.
We took his resignation as a teacher. Instead of picking the first.
His teaching position is effective February 21st today. Is when he's
He's
resigning.
on the team there, coach, season's should already started.
Yeah, they're getting, it's good for folks to finish out the year, so that, we kind of get caught up in that sometimes where we, for whatever reasons, they leave us. So we have a motion, a second, and we get an explanation on why the resignation was coming at this time. Is there any further questions? Move to vote then, Mr. West,
Yes.
Mr. Story,
Yes.
Dr. Guess,
Yes.
Mr. Gant,
Yes.
myself is a yes, motion carries. Consider a motion to accept the resignation of Shannon Harris as head softball coach at Paint Rock Valley High School effective January the 25th.
I move to accept the resignation of Shannon Harris as football coach. Thank you.
Mr. West makes a motion, is there a second? Mr. Story seconds that, is there any discussion? Move to vote, Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Yes?
Yes.
Mr. Gant? Myself is a yes, that motion carries. Consider a motion to accept the resignation of Jade Rogers as an assistant softball coach at North Jackson effective February the 9th. I make a motion to accept that resignation. Is there a second? Mr. Story seconds that. Is there any discussion? We'll move to vote on that then. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Guess?
Yes.
Mr. Gant? And myself is a yes, motion carries. E, consider a motion to accept the resignation of Joy Swinford as the golf coach at Section High School effective February the 12th. I'll make that motion. Is there a second? Mr. Story seconds that. Any discussion? We'll move to vote. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Guess?
Yes.
Mr. Gant? And myself is a yes, motion carries. Consider a motion to accept the resignation of Nora Chadwick as an assistant track and field coach at Section High School effective February the 12th. I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Story seconds that. Is there any discussion? We move to vote then. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Guess?
Yes.
Mr. Gant?
Yes.
Myself is yes, that motion carries. Consider a motion to approve Kelly Weber as an assistant baseball coach and head softball coach at Paint Rock Valley High School.
I move to approve Kelly Weber.
Mr. West makes that motion for a second. Gant seconds that. Is there any, discussion, questions?
Unless you, right,
That's gonna be tough.
unless you're playing ever softball one day and baseball the next, it'd be hard to do that.
Yeah. You're right.
But if they just got the one field, that would be
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. I'm sure Mr. Davis will keep up with Mr. McBride, make sure those doing the most and best we can in that situation. Okay. We appreciate Mr. Weber's willingness to take both of those on. That's, like I said, that's gonna be a lot of work. So we have a motion and second with some discussion, comments, and we will move to vote. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Mr. Gant? And myself, yes, that motion carries. Is there a motion to approve Amy McBride as a non-faculty assistant softball coach at Paint Rock Valley effective February the 22nd?
I move to approve. Ms. McBride, assistant softball coach.
Okay, Mr. West makes a motion to second. Mr. Gant seconds that. We'll move to discussion, so it's gonna ask, so she's gonna have all her courses.
She already has those.
Okay, good. So that answers that question. So if there's no further questions, we'll move to vote. Then Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Guess?
Yes.
Mr. Gant? Self, yes, that motion carries. I consider a motion to approve Steve Herron as the golf coach at Section High School. Is there an effective date on
Do not know.
that? Today? We're gonna say effective
Date
today.
on Mr. Herring golf.
Probably the same date that Joey Swinford resigned, February the 12th.
February 12th. Okay. Consider a motion to approve the Steve Herron golf coach at Section High School effective February the 12th. All right, Mr. Story makes that motion. Is there a second? I'll second that. Any discussion?
Yeah, what is Mr. Herron, what is his title right now?
Assistant principal.
When our golf coaches leave to go practice at 1:30 a day, every day when the sun's shining, how's he gonna be assistant principal and a golf coach at the same time?
You'll leave after school, I'm certain of that. And
So they're not gonna practice golf during school or have
they won't
tournaments
practice.
during school?
Now, tournaments, they do have some tournaments during school.
Competition.
They do have some of those during school day.
How can
Practice
he be
what they
doing
have.
those jobs? Is that not a conflict of
I
interest?
guess the same way as our other coaches do it. And we got folks who are currently doing that.
But I think those coaches promised not to do that when we hire them.
Well, they do, but when there's a competition during the day, if it's a state match or if it's a state tournament or if it's something like that, as long, and I've told them, as long as they get their duties done as administrators or as teachers, and it doesn't interfere with their regular day, they can do it, so.
Okay, you got softball, baseball, track, bowling, and I thought that was assistant principal's job to be at all competitions.
You can't be at all competitions. If you've got track, baseball, and softball on the same day, and you've only got 2 people, and that's 3 things, everybody can't be at all 3 events. So that eliminates that in itself. You have somebody designated, you have principal, assistant principal, or designee.
Just look like a conflict of interest there to me.
Well, if you'd like us to put it off, we'll vote on it, we'll put it off.
Or just vote no. That's the easiest way. We got a motion and a second.
And the kids will just have to go without a golf coach until our next meeting.
Well, I can understand it if he was a coach, and that, you know, he had athletic PE, and he could leave early and all that, but when you're assistant principal, you got other responsibilities.
But we also have a shortage of people that want to coach these sports. I mean, it's not like we've got people beating our doors down to coach these things.
I think that it's complicated by the fact that golf has to leave campus. And that makes sense.
And I don't know that golf coaches leave campus. Now, they may have in the past, but I don't, Mr. Guffey said he coached it and he didn't leave campus. I don't know if I'm leaving campus early. Now, when they make it to the state, the regionals or state or whatever, yeah, it is during the day, but practice,
Now, back up here, I work with more.
well, now back up here, that was before my tenure. Since I've been in, that's not the case.
So you're saying no golf coach is gonna be leaving school to practice
during the day.
or for a competition other than the state or county competition?
Unless there is a competition, county, state, sub-state, something like that. If you disagree with the vote, no, and let's move forward.
We do have a motion and a second. And we've had some discussion and questions. Are there any further discussions or questions? Then we'll move to vote on that. Mr. West?
I don't have a problem, Mr. Mayor, but no.
Mr. West votes no. Mr. Story?
Yes.
Story votes yes. Dr. Yes?
Yes.
Mr. Gant?
I don't see active order. I think that you have, you know, the golf field a lot. If you're fishing and training. So I don't know.
Mr. Gant is going to vote no. I will vote yes. The motion is going to carry 3-2. So it passes. Consider a motion to approve Natalie Stevens as a non-faculty assistant track coach for Sexton High School effective February 22nd. Make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Story seconds that. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we vote. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Yes?
Yes.
Mr. Gant? Myself is yes, that motion carries. Consider a motion to approve Brady Wilson as assistant track coach at Pisgah High School. We're gonna do these effective dates.
I guess you do stay.
Today. Okay. Effective February the 21st. I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Story or Mr. West seconds that. Any discussion? We'll move to a vote. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
I'll abstain and then we'll
Okay.
None of me.
Mr. Story's going to abstain. Dr. Yes?
Yes.
Mr. Gant?
Yes.
Myself, yes, and that is 4 yeses, 1 abstain. Consider a motion to approve Cole Hicks as the head baseball coach for North Sun Mountain High School. That one is going to be effective. Remember Scott Cowley left?
February the 9th.
Yeah, February 9th. February the 9th.
I move to approve Mr. Hicks' head baseball coach.
Mr. West makes a motion. Mr. Story seconds that. Is there any discussion? We'll move to a vote. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Yes?
Yes.
Mr. Gant? Myself is yes, motion carries. Consider a motion to approve Tessie Peacock as assistant softball coach at North Jackson High School, effective
February 9th.
February the 9th.
I'll make
Mr. Story makes that motion. Is there a second? I'll second that. Is there any discussion? We'll move to a vote then. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
it. Yes.
Dr. Yes?
Yes.
Mr. Gant?
Yes.
Myself is yes, motion carries. Consider a motion to approve Josh Harding, the golf coach at North Jackson High School, effective
Today, probably.
today, February the 21st. We have a motion. I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Story makes a second. Any discussion?
Here's the same problem we get in this assistant principal, right?
This is assistant principal.
As many coaches as we got at North Jackson, none of them wanted to coach golf team.
And I can't answer that, but he has served as golf coach for North Jackson for several years.
And you don't leave school till after school's out. Okay.
Any other question or discussion? So basically, we're just saying this discussion, the same questions apply to Mr. Harding as it did to. Okay. We'll move to vote then, Mr. West.
No.
Mr. West is, no. Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Yes?
Yes.
Mr. Gant? Gant is a nope. Myself is a yes, and that motion carries 3-2. Consider a motion to approve Lowell Barron. This is gonna be Lowell Barron Jr., I'm assuming.
Well, right.
I don't think Lowell Senior wants to do that. Consider a motion to approve Lowell Ray Barron as a non-faculty assistant softball coach effective at Pisgah effective February 22nd.
I'll make
Story makes that motion, is there a second? Mr. Gant's gonna second that. Just for discussion, Mr. Davis, he's credentialed.
I haven't received anything on him yet.
Okay.
Today's the first day I've seen his name.
All right.
But he will not be on the field or anything until he has the credentials.
We'll say this is gonna be pending passing his Alabama High School Athletic Association test. Okay, so this is motion to approve Laura Barron as a non-faculty assistant softball coach, effective 22nd, pending his passing of the test. Do you have any other questions about that? We're gonna move to vote. Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Dr. Yes?
Yes.
Mr. Gant? Myself is yes, that motion carries. So we'll just let Mr. Duncan know that he needs to pass that before he's active with the team. Under announcements and recognition, we got, something Mr. Dukes is gonna take care of for us.
We've got 2 or 3. First off, we had 8 teams that made it to Jacksonville State, and that is pretty impressive. And then we had Pisgah Lady Eagles and Coach Ellison. They won yesterday the regionals, and they play this next Tuesday at noon in Birmingham. And so we wish them the best of luck. They're in the Final Four. Also, we've got Mr. Kirby and his transportation department here. Of 99 buses inspected, approximately 1.0% or one bus was found to have one major deficiency. The state average for major deficiencies for the last inspection year was 1%. Additionally, 129 systems earned deficiency percentages of less than 10% for this same year. These figures are provided as a measure of how our school system may compare to other systems around the state. Basically what we had is we had 99 buses that were checked on. 98 were perfect. 1 they fixed on the spot and was ready to go when they left. This is pretty awesome because this is the transportation for our students. And I'd like these to stand up and let's give them a hand. Landon Wallingford was our top foreman. Michael Van, Michael Congo, and Chris Anderson. Great job. I'm gonna get y'all around here. Let's get a picture of Mr. Kirby and get y'all up here and get a picture for this. Come on up here. We gotta turn that one and suck in and set that way. There's not enough room for it.
Y'all are all hiding in the back. What is this?
We don't all fit unless we turn one way or the other.
Here, let's scoot these chairs over out of the way. You're in the right in the middle of the picture. Would you move this one too, Mr. Grant? Thank you. One, two, three. Let me take another one. And one more. Yay! Thank you.
Good job. Appreciate that.
pass through a lot of counties and I see those buses that they have, and they are operating some ancient buses. So we are fortunate in Jackson County to have our turnover. We keep a good fleet, and we have good mechanics and good folks to keep us on the road. So it's amazing how much better shape Jackson County is, transportation-wise, than so many other counties.
That's all right now, I'm sure I'll think about it 30 minutes from now.
Yeah.
That is all.
So we had our basketball team and our transportation department. So we are, somebody may need to call Coach Ellison and give him directions at Birmingham. I'm not sure he's going to remember.
I need to dry clean the red jacket.
Yeah, then we'll split that thing up this next week. We do have a executive session coming up, Mr. Porter, for employee issues, so.
Discuss good name and character of employees. Executive session.
All right. Well, we have a motion to go into executive session.
I make a motion to go into executive session.
Mr. Story makes that motion. Is there a second? Mr. Gant seconds that. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? No. We're in executive session and we will leave and we'll come back. Do we have a motion for executive session?
I move to come out of executive session.
Second.
What's makes a motion? Mr. Story seconds that. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. We will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
So what makes a motion to adjourn? Is there a second? All right, that table will get Mr. Gant. Any opposed? Any discussion? All in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. We're adjourned.